Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the worldwide cyber interwebs. My name is Harrison Megan. This is my show, X Megan, where we're going to be talking about news and stuff. Today's a Tuesday, so we're going to be talking all about technology news. Let's jump right in. Alright, so our first story of the day is the Nokia 1020, the new Windows phone and successor to the Nokia 920. So the reason why me and a lot of people are talking about this phone is because it's got a 41 megapixel camera. And to anyone who doesn't speak nerd, that means that it's super freaking HD. So not only is this phone crushing all other phones when it comes to cameras, but the camera on this phone is actually rivaling professional DSLRs. Like, as in, you'll be able to zoom in 6 times on this thing without losing any quality. So to give you any idea on what the images from this phone look like, here's just a few. I know, right? So what are some of the other tech specs on this camera? Well, it's got a 4.5-inch display along with a dual-core 1.5 GHz processor. Anyways, the phone is expected to be released anytime within the next few months at the price for $300. It will initially be just an AT&T phone, but later it will go to other networks. Our next story comes from Japan. Oh boy. They're in the news lately because they were the first people to launch a humanoid talking robot into space. And as badass as this initially sounds, the robot looks like this. So the robot's name is Kirobo, and its purpose is to keep astronaut Koichi Wakada company while in space. Cause it gets lonely up there. You know? And come on, the little guy's cute. He looks like Wally. One interview, the 13-inch robot had this to say: "One small step for me, one giant leap for robots." Duh. Come on, you thought it was cute. Anyways, that just goes to show that we don't have nice things in America. Speaking of space, it might not be so hard to, live there. The key to being able to live in space is to produce oxygen, water, energy, and food. Because that's not so difficult. The International Space Station, commonly known as ISS, says that the key to all of this is microalgae. Basically, how all of this works is that there'd be flat panel reactors which would grow the algae faster. From there, the microalgae can produce oxygen and hydrogen. So if a reactor could produce both simultaneously using fuel cells, it could be able to produce energy and water as a side effect. In terms of food, scientists are discovering ways of growing it using lava and urine. Basically, how this works is that plants would be grown in glass tubes. There would be lava in these tubes, which would act as carriers for microorganisms to enable metabolic processes. In terms of the urine, the urea in urine has nitrogen, and this nitrogen would be able to fertilize these plants. So basically, all of these things would come together to create self-sufficient living in space. In our final story, the CBS Blackout continues. Time Warner Cable has cut off millions of viewers from Los Angeles, New York, and Dallas, among others, from watching hit shows like Under the Dome. The dispute has CBS demanding that subscribers pay $2 a month instead of $1, and Time Warner Cable is saying that they should put out more online content. It's looking like this conflict could drag out for another few weeks. Some people are even saying it could drag out until September. Even though there are negotiations being made, it's looking like it's not going well. CBS is calling Time Warner's offer a sham and saying that they aren't dealing in good faith. Right now it looks like we're not anywhere close to seeing a deal, so we'll have to wait and see how this thing pans out. Anyways, that was Technology Tuesday. This is X Megan. My name's Harrison Megan. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.